Hello everyone and welcome to Coach Craig's Sports. This is going to be my NBA DFS video for October 19th. This is opening night for the NBA. If you follow NBA, if you love playing NBA DFS, this is the video for you. If you're brand new to NBA DFS, welcome. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome as well. So for those of you who were not with me last year, what you can expect from this video going forward. I'll take a look at my results from the last day from the 5 players that I picked for both sites. See whether they were a hit or if they were a miss, kind of walk through why, go through the projected lineups, the injuries in play, and kind of talk about them real briefly, and then I will make my 5 picks for DraftKings and for FanDuel. If you haven't played the NBA side in a while, Fantrax did switch things up a little bit this year, adding some multi-positional eligibility. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that impacts NBA DFS overall. But with that being said, we'll talk about the 2 games for tonight, the projected starting lineups, the injuries in play, and it's going to be a very interesting slate. I think it'll be a good slate, but probably not one that you want to go spending a ton of money on at this point in time. So we got the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving is out. Obviously, he's going to be out indefinitely given the situation with the COVID vaccination that he has been dealing with. Since in New York, they won't let him play there, and they don't want him to be a part-time player. Don't really want to dive too much into that, though. So their projected starting lineup at this point in time is James Harden, Joe Harris, Bruce Brown, Kevin Durant, and it has LaMarcus Aldridge. It'll be very interesting to see who starts at the center position for them tonight. Then for the Milwaukee Bucks, we got Dante DiVincenzo out, Rodney Hood out, Semi Ojeleye, and Bobby Portis are all out. So some good rotational players there that we'll be missing. Looking at projected starting lineup right now, Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. So there is that little thing next to Chris Middleton too. He really didn't play like a ton in the preseason, so we'll just have to see what's up with him, if he ends up playing or not. If he doesn't end up playing, there's going to be quite a bit of value on this Bucks side. Then we move over to the Warriors. They are without Kuminga. Not really sure too much about him at this point in time. Klay Thompson, obviously, and James Wiseman. So 2 potential starters there, but obviously we knew Klay Thompson was going to be out probably till at least like Christmas time. So that's kind of what it is at this point in time. We got Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney so far as the projected starting lineup. There's some potential value there. We'll see how they rotate their team overall. Steve Kerr is kind of a pain in the butt when it comes to that sometimes. And it's just interesting to see. Like, you really see the first week or so how these teams are going to use their players, how they're going to rotate their guys, how many minutes each player is going to play. So predicting that right off the bat always isn't the easiest. Then we have the Los Angeles Lakers. They are without Trevor Ariza, Wayne Ellington, and Talen Horton-Tucker. Looks like Malik Monk and Chris Nunn are both game time decisions at this point in time. One of those 2 might end up starting if they do play. We'll just have to see how this Lakers lineup shakes out because they could go a number of different ways. They got Russell Westbrook in there, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Those are the 3 that you're going to see for sure. Kent Bazemore is in there right now. They do have Malik Monk listed as well. But we could see a lineup where Bazemore plays the 2 and LeBron plays the 3 and Carmelo starts. You could see one where Anthony Davis plays the 4 and then one of Dwight Howard or DeAndre Jordan start at the 5. It'll be very interesting to see how they go about it tonight. But of course, this is the late game, so it's going to be an interesting first slate for sure, though. But with that being said, we'll move over to the DraftKings side and we'll talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off with Russell Westbrook, $8,600, looking for about 43 points out of him for that 5 times value. He averaged 58 last season. He's a walking triple-double threat on any given night. So at this price, compared to some of the other studs, he's definitely in play for me. Then we have Grayson Allen, $3,800 if he starts in this game. Looking at some pretty good minutes for him. Looking probably not the best usage in the world with, playing with Giannis and Holiday and Middleton, but if he's out there enough, he's going to give you that close enough to 20 points that you're looking for out of him. Then we got Bruce Brown as well, $3,600. Really just looking for 18, 19, 20 points out of him. That's pretty much what he averaged last year. If he's starting, should be able to get you that. And then at power forward, we're looking at Carmelo Anthony, $3,900. Another guy that you're just looking to get about 20 points out of. If he ends up starting, if he plays closer to 24 minutes, then he's probably going to get there, or real close at the very least. And on a slate like this where you're not sure exactly who the rotational players are going to be, how the rotations are going to shake out, he's a pretty safe play overall. Then at the center position, I went with Giannis, $10,000, looking for 50 points out of him. Another guy that's a walking triple-double threat on any given night. So Why not pay up for Giannis? I know he's the most expensive player on the slate, but he's arguably the best player in the NBA at this point in time as well. But with that being said, there is no shortage of studs on tonight's slate. I try to get 3 of them into my lineup as often as possible because you don't know exactly how these other rotational players, these role players, are going to pan out in the first game. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the DraftKings side, you have $20,100 left over, $6,700 per player. So definitely some room to pay up for one more stud and then find some value plays elsewhere. Then we'll move over to the FanDuel side. So I have Russell Westbrook once again. He has $9,500 over here. So you're looking for closer to about 48 points out of him on the FanDuel side. Definitely possible. He averaged 53.5 on the FanDuel side last year. So I know it's a new team and everything, but he's still Russell Westbrook at this point in time. Then you'll see a familiar name here as well with Grayson Allen, $3,800. As long as he's starting, he should be able to get this for you. Looking for about 19 points out of him. Then we move down to Joe Harris. Small forward was not the greatest today, unless you're like paying up. And it's a little bit harder to pay up for more studs on the FanDuel side because guys are priced up just a wee bit more. So I went with Joe Harris here, probably in the starting lineup, $4,300, looking for about 21, 22 points out of him. That's exactly what he averaged last year. So as long as he doesn't have a terrible shooting night, he's probably going to get you 20 points or more on most nights. Then Carmelo Anthony's name popped up again. A little bit pricier on the FanDuel side, $5,000. Looking for about 25 points out of him. I'm not sure he gets to that, but I think he's one of those safe plays that you can plug in your lineup. Not going to cost you a ton of money, and he's never going to hurt your lineup either. Then last but not least, at the center position, we're looking at Draymond Green. $7,000, looking for about 35 points out of him. Averaged about 33.5 last year. Center position on FanDuel is not very nice. You could look at guys like Anthony Davis as well, but he's $10,000. So going down from Anthony Davis to Draymond Green for save $3,000, that's a big, big difference to me on this slate tonight. Otherwise, you're looking at guys like DeAndre Jordan and Dwight Howard and hoping you hit that Nets big guy right. So a lot of variability at that center position tonight in general, but it should definitely make for an interesting slate overall. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on FanDuel, you'll have $30,400 left over, $7,600 per player. So definitely enough room to pay up for 2 other stud players and then find 2 value plays as well. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for tonight, October 19th, the opening night for the NBA season. Very excited to have basketball back. Very excited to have some NBA DFS to play once again. And with that being said, I will be doing this video every single day. Unless something major pops up, I will let you guys know ahead of time for that. I will also list any injury changes down in the comments below, as well as the starting lineups. So definitely be sure to check that out throughout the day if you're looking for that information. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at CoachCraigSports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams, covering all the different NFL news as well. And then with that being said, if you are new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. If you're watching this video, you'll be seeing the NBA DFS videos every single day. So make sure you're subscribed. Never want to miss a day of them for sure. And then if you're into fantasy football, if you're in NFL DFS, be sure to check those videos out as well. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.